Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, we will be seeing about the clinical anatomy of the brachial plexus. So the three important clinical aspects of brachial plexus are the Erb's paralysis, Klumpke's paralysis, injury to nerve to serratus anterior. So in this video particularly, we are going to see about the Erb's paralysis. First, let me mention you what are all the topics that we are going to cover in this video. They are Erb's point, causes, nerve roots involved, muscles paralyzed, position of limb, deformities and disability. Let me first mention you what is Erb's point. The meeting point of 6 nerves is called as Erb's point. It includes C5 root, C6 root, nerve to subclavius, suprascapular nerve and the anterior and the posterior division of the upper trunk. Here I am just gonna draw the upper portion of the brachial plexus in order to have a clear view regarding the Erb's point. So see here, the meeting point of all 6 nerves is called as the Erb's point. You can see this is C5 root and this is C6 root and this is suprascapular nerve and this is nerve to subclavius and this is the anterior division of the upper trunk and this is the posterior division of the upper trunk. Next, let us see what is Erb's paralysis. Injury to the upper trunk of the brachial plexus is called as the Erb's paralysis. So we saw about what is Erb's point and what is Erb's paralysis. Let me see what are all the causes for the Erb's paralysis. One is the birth injury. So during the delivery of the baby, the shoulder is tracted from the head. Right, the neck and the head are moved in opposite directions. Sometimes they are moved in opposite directions. That leads to the injury of the brachial plexus. Then during fall on shoulder, this picture describes what is meant by falling on shoulder tip. So during this condition also the brachial plexus gets damaged, particularly the upper portion. That results in Erb's paralysis. Then during anesthesia, for particular surgeries, the surgeon needs the patient to be in certain position. So during that time also, sometimes brachial plexus gets damaged, so that it results in Erb's paralysis. So we saw what is Erb's paralysis and what is Erb's point and the causes for Erb's paralysis. Let us now see what are all the nerve roots involved. The nerve roots involved are C5 and C6. So the nerve roots involved are C5 and C6, mainly C5 and partly C6. So again I am repeating, the nerve roots involved are C5, C6, mainly C5 and partly C6. So till now we saw the nerve roots involved. Let us see what are all the muscles that are paralyzed. So I have divided that into two groups. The muscles that are mainly paralyzed and that are partly paralyzed. The first muscle what we are going to see is the biceps brachii. See this muscle, it is supplied by the musculocutaneous nerve. Since the upper trunk of the brachial plexus gets damaged, the anterior division from the upper trunk that cannot pass the impulses properly, so that the branches from the lateral cord of the brachial plexus is also affected. So the musculocutaneous nerve which supplies the biceps brachii muscle, this also gets affected and that's what the biceps brachii gets paralyzed. So the next muscle is the deltoid muscle which is supplied by the axillary nerve, which is derived from the anterior rami of C5-C6 nerve roots. The next muscle is the brachialis, which is also supplied by the musculocutaneous nerve. The next muscle is the brachioradialis muscle, which is supplied by the radial nerve. If you see the root values of all the nerves, you can come to a conclusion why these muscles are affected. You can see the musculocutaneous nerve, the axillary nerve and the radial nerve, all they have the same root value, that is C5, C6. Right, so that these muscles, they get affected. Of course, the musculocutaneous nerve, it is also derived from C7 root, but only the musculocutaneous nerve supplying the coracobrachialis, it is derived from C5, C6 and C7 roots, but not the biceps brachii. And partly the supraspinatus and infraspinatus and the supinator muscles are affected. Supraspinatus and infraspinatus both are supplied by the suprascapular nerve. So you can see it is also derived from the nerve root C5 and C6. So we saw what are all the muscles that are paralyzed. Let us see the position of the limb. First, let us see the position of arm. Here you can see the arm is adducted closer to the body and it is medially rotated. Here you can see the forearm, it is extended and pronated. This happens because the flexors are affected. The flexors like the biceps brachialis and brachioradialis, they are affected, and the supinator group of muscles, they are also affected. So the forearm is extended and pronated. So this kind of deformity, this kind of change in position of limb is also known as policeman's tip hand or waiter's tip or porter's tip hand. Once again I am repeating, the deformity is known as policeman's tip hand or waiter's tip or porter's tip hand. So we have covered the position of limb and also the deformities. The last topic left out is disability. Let us take a look at it. So the movements lost, I am mentioning it one by one. Abduction. It is because the deltoid muscle gets paralyzed. So overhead abduction, it is mainly caused by deltoid, that is above 90 degree. So since deltoid is paralyzed, abduction is lost. Then the second movement lost is the lateral rotation of the arm. This is because the infraspinatus, which is the lateral rotator, gets paralyzed. Then the third action lost is the flexion and supination of forearm. Since the flexors like the brachialis, brachioradialis and the biceps brachii, they get paralyzed, flexion of forearm is lost, and the supinator group of muscles also gets paralyzed partly. So the supination of forearm is also lost. The next one is the biceps and supinator jerks are lost. See, Erb's palsy is a lower motor neuron type of lesion. Lower motor neuron is nothing but which carries impulses from the spinal cord to that of the effector organs. Okay, from spinal cord to that of the effector organs. So when this type of neurons they get damaged, that type of lesion is called as the lower motor neuron type of lesion. Then the last one is sensations are lost over small area over the lower part of the deltoid. Let me repeat it once again. So the movements lost are abduction, lateral rotation of the arm, flexion and supination of forearm. Then the biceps and supinator jerks are lost. Then sensations are lost over the lower part of the deltoid.